Was the first day of the last year of my secondary school. The subject to study was history, which I didn't like, but I knew I had to sit to the lessons in order to pass my exams. As soon as I got in the class, the teacher came in and introduced himself to us. After he explained the content of the course, he immediately opened the history book. Unit 1, the Civil War. Then, when I started to think of how boring that was going to be, the teacher started a kind of performance in front of us that completely grabbed our attention. Moving from side to side, gesticulating like he was on stage, and talking about the war like we were all inside of it. He made us come out from that typical classroom and way of teaching where teachers just talk with the same tone of voice all the time while they're writing on board. Instantly, I realized that it was not going to be that hard coming to my history lessons anymore. If we analyze the key message of this experience, we find out that the students were expecting a traditional boring class, but instead, they got impressed about the teacher's performance, who by gestures made a massive change in the students' attitude, making the class more enjoyable and interactive. I personally think he knew he was going to teach teenagers, so he adapted the class. We made us enjoy learning easily, which created a positive learning experience. We really need to think about the importance of creating a strategy, adapting the lessons to the student's age. We know that children and teenagers get easily distracted, especially if they don't want to be in that class. So, finding a funny way of learning will make them engage and will also benefit both parts. Students will learn easily, and teachers' message will successfully be received by the students. I find it important to relate to the theory of Dan Siegel, who thought that when a child moves into adolescence, the brain is remodeling, and understanding the adolescent brain comes down to evolution. Our history teacher adapted his lessons to our ages, 16 on that time, and knew exactly what to do to engage and grab our attention. To conclude with the relevant ideas of this experience, we can say that a planned strategy from the teacher made an enjoyable classroom. An enjoyable classroom brought to a positive attitude about the subject, which created an emotional engagement that consequently created a positive learning experience.
Created using Powtoon.